Welcome back to the David Pakman Show.
Dave, I think we discussed when Shell received approval for Arctic drilling. Did we go over that? Okay. It looks like they are canceling their drilling operations. Why? Because they have what they are calling disappointing results. So I guess they said they found indications of oil and gas in the region's Burger prospect. That's what the name of it is. These are not sufficient to warrant further exploration. That's what they have said. Shell will now cease further exploration activity in offshore Alaska for the foreseeable future. And I think this is fantastic. But I feel like we haven't seen the end of Arctic drilling.
No, but it's one of those things where obviously it's good that the Arctic drilling isn't going to be happening, but it's just a business decision, right? It's not any great environmental victory. Obviously, the environment doesn't care why you're not drilling in the Arctic. The environment is better because you're not drilling in the Arctic. I just wish that we had a better system of regulation that didn't make it so easy for Shell to just start checking out whether they want to drill in the Arctic.
Yes. In the press statement here, they said this decision reflects both the Burger J well result, the high cost associated with the project, and the challenging and unpredictable federal regulatory environment in offshore Alaska. So great news, but it is just a business decision. It's not like Shell is doing something admirable here. And the price of oil has fallen quite a bit since they received approval. And I guess in June, it was over $110 a barrel, less than $50 now. And of course, there were the environmental protests and all of that stuff. But overall, just a business decision. Let's hope that Arctic drilling will continue to be difficult and unprofitable, because that would be fantastic. Let's move to a much warmer place, Costa Rica. Dave, I don't know if you saw this, but last week, I think it was early last week, there was this beach where sea turtles go to lay their eggs and whatever they do. I guess there were just thousands of these sea turtles. And tourists showed up and just started roaming the beaches and walking around and being completely disruptive, snapping pictures, snapping selfies. And it was such a distraction that the turtles actually left the beach and did not do what they were there to do. And there was immediate outrage all over the internet. Were you aware of this?
Yes, I was.
Oh, and what were your thoughts on the matter?
It's very difficult when you see animals like that and animals that don't seem to be threatening to keep people away. People are curious. People want to get all over them. People want to take the pictures, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it disrupts what the animals are there to do, to lay their eggs. It has a sort of sequential impact. It impacts all sorts of other stuff. And you hate to have to protect animals so proactively, right? To say, okay, you know what? You can't come on the beach anymore. The beach is now protected. The beach is closed, whatever. But it seems like individual people are smart. Groups of people are stupid. And this is a group of people that did something that was really disruptive to the turtles.
Okay, individual people are smart. Let's get into that. Dave, you would assume that if an individual person is smart, any individual person who realized that this was a stupid idea would not have been in that crowd.
Yeah, but there's huge groupthink, right? Where if you're just there by yourself and you see these turtles, you go, hey, there's nobody else out there. I'm not going to go out there. But some person goes out there and then someone else does, and then you show up and your instincts might not be to go out there, but you say, hey, there's other people here. I'm not the one who's deciding to start getting people out on the beach. I'll just go out and snap a picture too. And the sort of groupthink just takes over.
Well, you can snap a picture from a distance.
Not a selfie with a turtle.
Does it need to be a selfie?
Of course not.
I don't think I've ever fallen victim to this type of mass stupidity, if you want to call it. Have you?
I mean, not that I can remember acutely, but I've probably done certain things because I saw other people doing them.
I mean, I've done stupid things, but everyone has. I mean, I just don't think ever done anything uh, like
Yeah,
this.
you came up with your stupid things to do all on your own.
That's right. And I may have enjoyed them, sometimes at other people's expense, but not at the expense of animals, which I respect far more than people. Um, anyway, so Costa Rica had to come up with some new security measures here. They closed off 4 of the beach's 6 entrances. They had to up the security presence. They had to put up all these new signs, tell people they're not allowed to touch turtles or use flash photography, keep a distance from nesting females. And this is great that they are actually doing this because they do have a responsibility to, in my opinion. Um, in other parts of the world, the government would have never done anything to protect these animals. So I'm glad that Costa Rica has a conscience, I guess. Is that fair?
Fair enough.
All right. Time to talk about more stupid people, Dave. As we like to do on the bonus show, there is a poll here that indicating that 41% of Americans think that a wall on the U.S.-Canadian border is a good idea. Now, in this article, there were a bunch of Canadians questioned who thought that this was actually, yeah, that's fine, build a wall. One of them said there's not, a group of Canadians eagerly trying to get into the United States. In fact, it's the other way around. And so, in reality, I think you'd agree with me that a wall would benefit Canada more than it would benefit the United States.
Probably true, yeah.
And I guess about just over 1,000 U.S. adults were polled by phone. And I don't have too much information on those who were contacted, how they were contacted, and all of that. Sometimes that can be valuable information. Were they contacted all over the country? Were they contacted only in Texas? You could get some very different results. But, I mean, what would be the point, right? What would be the point of this? I don't even know how much money it would cost. Outrageously expensive wall along the Canadian border. What would drive an American to think that made sense?
Well, there's a group of people who say that because the northern border is not receiving anywhere near the amount of attention that the southern border receives, that terrorists could just go to Canada and then come into the U.S. easily through the Canadian-U.S. border. And so that way, we need to secure that border to prevent people from doing that.
Okay. One of the questions was, what do you do about the Great Lakes? That was...
Hey, build a wall, Lewis, and then you got to swim under. Build the wall that goes down like 30 feet into the... So you got to go below 30 feet underwater in order to swim over.
All right. That would be how much more are we adding to the cost of this wall here? I'm curious. I want an estimate of what this wall would cost.
Oh, a lot, especially if you make it a double wall with a road in between, like Ben Carson wants to do.
Yeah, the double with the wall, with the road. That's good. Anyway, I think if you wanted it to be a wall that no one could get over or through or under, then we're probably talking trillions of dollars here, right?
No, certainly not trillions.
No, Dave.
No. I mean, I
awful.
think these big walls would be in the couple billion range, right? Haven't we seen some price estimates?
I think along the Canadian border, I think we're talking trillions of dollars.
I guarantee you we're not.
I don't know, Dave. I want to hear from the audience on this. If you are an expert somehow on this type of thing, would it be billions or would it be trillions? I think it would be trillions.
It's not going to be even close. Lewis, I think you're going to be shocked to hear that trillions are a lot more than billions, and we're not talking about trillions. We could be talking about many billions, but it is not a $1 trillion wall.
Even if this goes through the Great Lakes?
Even going through the Great Lakes, which is insane, right? I mean, now we're getting into fantasy land.
All right, I disagree. I think it could be $1 trillion. Look how easily we threw away trillions of dollars in the Iraq War. I mean, it seemed like it was just, it doesn't seem like that much money when you talk about the war, does it?
All right.
So that's my guess. It's a guess. It's not even really an educated guess.
No,
It's
I think
just a
anybody
guess.
listening will be able to tell it's not an educated guess. Real quick, Lewis, the 2016 Patriot Mail calendar, we have 3 slots remaining. Lewis, it would be
Wait
great.
a minute. Last time we had 2.
Yeah, I know. There was one submission that was double counted in error. So we actually have 3 slots remaining. If Lewis does one, then we have 2. I really would like to get this wrapped up. I know we have people with great visual artistry skills in the audience. The only requirements are Patriot Mail themed image, 8.5 by 11 inch landscape orientation, wider than it is tall, 300 dot per inch resolution. That's it. And we're getting so close, Lewis, but we don't yet have everything we need.
All right. I will consider it, Dave. I'm still considering it, although it is time consuming, especially for me. So I'll see what I can do.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.